Hey everybody, Home Slice Henry here, and no, the title is not clickbait. We did it, baby. We hit rank 10 on the last day of the season, and not even that. The morning that the new season started, I ended up using my sets that would have gone towards the first day of the new season, trying to grind and hit that rank 10. I started the day at 2878, and I was needing to make some big moves. I started off the day with a 3-2. Which got me up to, I think, 2898, and then I hit a 5-0 to get me really close to 2984. And here's where we pick up the story, and I'll just take it away with the battles. And yes, I am running the appropriately named Grasshole team. Yeah. What can I say other than I really want to rank 10, so I was willing to go to that length. But hey, we did it, and upon using the team, I will say it did change my perspective a little bit. I always viewed it as a team that required absolutely no skill, but there is a fair level of nuance to running the team. So without further ado, let's hop into the battles. And so we are hopping right into game number 1 of the set against Vaporeon Ice 314. And at this point, they're already ranked 10, so I'm hoping they're just going to be a paid actor, but it looks like they're actually trying, which is not good. I safe swap into Blossom. They stay in and throw a Rock Slide to soften up the Blossom here. Although Blossom is fairly tanky, so it can survive it. They're staying in even a bit longer. They throw a second Rock Slide. We're going to let that go through as well. Then we're going to unload that Leaf Blade here. Leaf Blade coming through, and this is going to be getting a shield, and he's going to be switching out into Defense Deoxys. And at this point, things are not looking good. Defense Deoxys is a monster. We're going to come in with our Bastiodon and just try and chip away at this Deoxys, because Deoxys has a really good matchup against our Victory Bell. At this point, my goal is just to try and burn all the shields and then have Victory Bell with 2 shields take out everything else. So I'm just chunking away at the Deoxys. I'm going to let this go, and then I'm going to instantly swap into the Shadow Victory Bell. I do swap into the Shadow Victory Bell, and we're just not able to farm down, so we have to burn a shield, which is really unfortunate. And he's going to come back in with an Azumarill. He's out of shield, so I'm able to get to this Leaf Blade, which is huge, because this way that takes out the Azumarill and I don't have to shield up an Ice Beam, and he decides to leave the match. Good game. So we go 1-0. We ended up doing really well in the first match, hopping into game number 2 against John David Daddy. That's a name. Bastiodon into Drifblim. That's a really great lead for us. And he switches out into Azumarill. We counter swap into Blossom. This is why I love Blossom, because Blossom can tank an Ice Beam, and if you switch in fast enough, is able to farm down. Granted, this Azu only had Play Rough, but here I'm able to farm down, and then I have energy, so I'll be able to unload this Leaf Blade onto the Drifblim when it comes back in. Leaf Blade coming through onto the Drifblim. And we actually do get a shield, which is awesome. And we get to a second Leaf Blade, so things are looking good. We've kept alignment the way we need it, and we're able to pressure the health and shields of the Drifblim. He actually decides to throw, which is perfect. We're going to let this go. Then we're going to come back in with our Bastiodon. He switches into Medicham. We switch into our Victory Bell, and from here, this is going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to shield everything that the Medicham throws at us. And we're just going to farm down. We're going to shield this up too, even though it's probably just a power-up punch. Oh, it actually was a nice punch. We shield that, and from here it's pretty straightforward. And then we can go for the Acid Spray onto the Drifblim. And then from here, we can just let this go, and we'll be able to farm down with Bastiodon for the win. Good game. So we are 2-0, and with the Elo gains that have been increased, we're like one more and we've got this. It's going to be really good. So we're against B Green 017, but this guy, he's not ranked 10 yet, so he's going to be trying his hardest, and he leads Victory Bell. This team does struggle with Victory Bell in the lead, because Shadow Victory Bell is a monster. Here he's going for a Leaf Blade, and I'm going to let that go. And I'm going to go for the Flamethrower. This, of course, would KO, but Shadow Victory Bell is going to be getting a shield. And we're going to switch into our own Shadow Victory Bell, and we're going to try and Razor Leaf down. Unfortunately, we're not able to. I am going to need to expend a shield here to shield up the Leaf Blade. And we are going to be able to raise the leaf down, although we are pretty low. And they have their own Bastiodon. This is not good. So we are going to go for the Acid Spray, but this is too little too late. Because he is able to smack us down. And then we come in with Blossom. He's going to counter swap into Deoxys to clear the debuff. And from here, I'll be honest, it's not looking good at all. He just has a really good team to counter our team. And even though we do have a shield and Blossom is fairly tanky, this team is very, very reliant on alignment and making sure that you align things well. So even though I am able to catch the Rock Slide onto Bastiodon, that's still not going to be enough, because he's going to be able to counter down. And here I will be able to get to a Leaf Blade, but that's not going to end up mattering because he is a whole healthy Bastiodon in back. And even if I try and farm down, yeah, he's just going to take us out. So unfortunately, we lose that one. We're 2-1. We just got to win one of the next two, and we should hit rank 10. Altaria Lead. This is the one. Beautiful. He switches out into Meganium, and things get a little more complicated. They definitely do, because Meganium, yeah, it's not as straightforward as an Azure switch in, so I do try and burn a shield, then I go in with Shadow Vic. Here, I wait till last minute, I shield, and it was an Earthquake, so that was a huge shield there, and we're just going for the not very effective farm down. Charge move coming through from the Meganium. We're going to shield this up as well, and as always, we're using both our shields on Shadow Vic, and we're just going to be able to farm down. So we have kept switch advantage. Altaria comes in, we're going for the Acid Spray. And the reason being, Acid Spray does almost no damage, but it lowers their defense by 2 stages, so that way we'll be able to do quite a bit of damage. We're going to come back in with Bastiodon, they switch to Azumarill, and we're going to counter swap into our Blossom. And from here, it's all she wrote basically. We can survive the Ice Beam, and we're just going to be able to Razor Leaf down the Azumarill, and the Altaria is going to probably come back in and concede the match. So we are 3-1. Things are looking great. We should have this in the bag. Rank 10 coming soon against a rank 10. So here I'm like, this seals it. He's got to be a paid actor. He can't be trying hard. Comes in with a Stunfisk. I'm like, oh no. This man's actually trying. We safe swap Blossom. He counter swaps into his Skarmory. And so we did draw out the Flyer, which is good. But he seems to not be attacking as frequently as he's able to. So it appears that he realizes that he needs to wait out this clock. So I am going for the back-to-back Leaf Blades. Even though those Leaf Blades are heavily resisted, we're just trying to do some chip damage. As you can see, he is trying to wait out the clock, and he does decide to throw on the Blossom, so I couldn't get to another move. Goes for the Brave Bird. That works out, because with the Brave Bird, his defense is lowered, so I'll be able to farm him down. Brave Bird comes back. He's going to come back in with the Stunfisk. I counter swap Victory Bell, and he is a Hypno. Oh no, those confusions are just destroying us. There is just, oh no. We baited out the Flyer, but oh dear, Hypno is destroying. And at this point, we're going to try and save both shields for the Stunfisk, because Fire Punches and Shadow Balls aren't going to do a whole lot. Another charge move, we just have to let this go. And it's a Shadow Ball, so that's going to do a nice chunk. So we are farming all the way down. Okay. And now we're going for the Flamethrower, but unfortunately he still has a shield. So he'll be able to shield. And from here, even though we have 2 shields, Stunfisk dramatically outpaces us and is going to be able to take the win, because this Flamethrower is not going to do nearly enough. Yeah, Flamethrower, yeah, nope. And he's going to be able to get to another move. We shielded up, but at this point I believe he's at back-to-back Mud Bombs. Oh, he was 1 away, so does get to the second Mud Bomb. That is going to be a GG. But hey, we went 3-2. We should have this. So here we go. We're claiming our rewards. Get a nice little Trico. We hit the Trico. Coming down. Come on. Just catch it. It does catch. Moment of truth. Let's see it. $29.99. My heart is sinking at this point. $29.99. This is how a dream dies. But the good news is I still have more sets. And we do get a Drifblim Lead, which is good. But then they swap in Registeel. Registeel counters this team composition so unbelievably well. Since he led with a flying type, I know that I need to win switch advantage and maintain that alignment. Otherwise, it's basically over. I have no chance. He does let the Leaf Blade through, which is good. Here, I just need to double shield and hope that I can Razor Leaf down. The good news is Razor Leaf's a very strong move, so even though it's resisted, it already has him in the red. So we have a chance here. This Leaf Blade is just to get a shield, which it does. And now, all I need to do is shield and Razor Leaf down, and I misclick. I accidentally not shield, and from here, it's just over. There's nothing really I can do unless maybe I can farm this down, and I can't. I have to shield the Focus Blast because I'm double weak to fighting, and just, oh no. What's in back? A Shadow Machamp. At this point, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I missed it by 1 point. Bring in the Victory Bell. He brings in the Drifblim, and I just quit. It's over. There's no point in playing that out. Hopping into game 2 against Kumabook. Here I'm like, hey, you know what? 0-1, but if I can even this up, and there's a Shadow Dragonair, I'm like, I don't know what to do against this thing. So I save swap Blossom, but the problem is Blossom's attacks are resisted by Dragonair, and Wrap did a ton of damage. So I'm like, I pride myself on knowing how to handle certain team comps, and there he switches into Deoxys, and yeah, this is just all bad at this point. I come in with Victory Bell to try and take out the Deoxys. I'm going to have to shield once, but then I should be able to, since it's the Rock Slide, I should be able to just farm down, which I am. Let's see what he has. Brings in the Dragonair. I'm able to farm that down too, which is great. What's in back? It's a Stunfisk. So I'm going to be going for the Acid Spray to lower its defense by 2 stages. And I'm just trying to get a ton of damage, and I am able to get it super low, but we both have a shield. Here I realize I have to call his bait. I have to let this go, and I call the bait. I'm like, yes, there's a chance. I just have to get to 2 flamethrowers. Gotta shield this up. It's an Earthquake. I do shield it correctly, but the problem is Bastiodon the Smackdown is so slow at charging, and he gets to another Earthquake, and that takes us out. So we are 0-2. Oh, we're going to have to win 3 straight here if we're going to have a chance against Daku Rugia, leading Bastiodon into Skarmory. This is a good lead. We caught the flyer up front. They save swap Azumarill, and from here I'm feeling real confident. We bring in our Blossom, and we can let this go because Ice Beam or Play Rough, we can survive both of those, and then we can just Razor Leaf down. So we are able to Razor Leaf down, which is perfect. And then we're going to be going for the Leaf Blade onto the Skarmory, just to try and do some extra energy. Do some extra damage, I mean, sorry about that. We do go for the Leaf Blade, even though it's very resisted. And we get to a second Leaf Blade. And at this point, my goal is just to do a lot of damage. On the way, he takes us out. I come in with Bastiodon, and he's going to switch into Shadow Machamp. I have Shadow Victory Bell, and he quits. So we got one of our wins. We got one of our wins. We still need to win 2 in a row. Next one against a rank 10, and we got a paid actor leading with the Pikachu Libre at the perfect time. Just when we needed a win, we have a man just giving out free wins to the community. Whoever you are, bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Comes in with the Shadow Ivysaur, and we're just going to be able to smack down. So we get 2 wins. It all comes down to this last game against Tommy N831. Winner takes all. We get Abomasnow, which is a great lead. Smackdown will be doing super effective. He switches into Pelipper, which is a flyer but also water. So we're going to be able to do neutral with our Razor Leafs. We shield up the move in case it is a flying move. It is Weather Ball, so he baited us. I'm going to go for the Leaf Blade here. Hopefully draw a shield or take it out. And my opponent makes a huge mistake and lets it go so we can keep our switch alignment. At this point, I'm feeling real comfy. Abomasnow comes in. It's doing super effective. But if you look, Blossom got to a charge move, and Blossom is awesome. Blossom's going to do a ton of damage and gets the Abomasnow into the red. And we have the Bastiodon coming out. We're absorbing all energy because we're saving the shield for Vic. Azu in back. We switch in the Victory Bell. We have to shield once, and this is going to be a good game. We shield the Ice Beam, and he quits. We went 3-2 at 29.99. Now here we have to claim our far-fetched reward, and I was so nervous. Watch, it's going to break out and I'm going to throw away like 8 balls. Actually, never mind. I actually caught it. I think that was the Libre, and look at that. Rank 10. We did it. Oh my goodness. I never thought that would happen. So the fact that it happened last day is just incredible. And there's the Pikachu Libre, and that's what I was remembering. It breaks out of the ball, and then I throw away like 4 balls because I was shaking this whole time. I was so nervous, but we did it. I'm so happy. This is my first ever rank 10, and just the amount of work I put in this season and being able to get it the morning of the new season, absolute last minute. Oh, I just, I don't have the words. Thank you to everyone who's watched me and encouraged me. Thank you so much.